Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for The Have and the Have Not Season 4, Episode 22 for the team. You know what I'm saying? Take one for the team, homie. Take one for the team. My voice is kind of going in and out a little bit, so it's because I've been talking all the day at work and stuff, so yeah, whatever. But let's get into this Have and the Have Nots review. The season finale is coming on next week. So, I guess they were trying to pack a whole bunch of stuff into this episode. I'm almost a little bit, I'm about 45% to 49% sure I want to say fuck Tyler Perry. Solely because I am tired of Veronica. I am tired of the whole, I have everybody's secrets, and if they don't do what I say, I'ma tell. I mean, she been doing that since season 1, and I need her character to evolve, okay? I need her to do something else. I need her to be something else, and it's just aggravating that that's all that she is. Jim, I need Jim to do more besides talk on the cell phone to people and tell them what they need to do. That's all he ever do. He calls somebody and say, you need to do this, or I need you to do that. Jim, brother, do something else, homie. Do something else. That aggravates me. Even Catherine. I like Catherine's character. I really do. I want them to give her more. I think she is a great actress when she do have them scenes where, like when she killed Jennifer Salison. I like that scene. I want them to give her more of a role on the show. You know what I'm saying? Hannah. I'm tired of Hannah's holier than thou mindset. I feel like Hannah is very judgmental of people. She might be right sometimes, but sometimes I'm like, I need her to not just be so judgmental to people and just feel like her opinion is always the right way. And, that aggravates me. I need Benny to grow up. I think Benny is childish sometimes, even though he's so sexy. I still think, I'm saying? I just want this show next season to not be the exact same season, to be the exact same type of show, to have the characters be the exact same way as they have been these past 4 seasons. I just want to see growth in one way or the other. If not, kill them all off. End the damn show. I think the reason shows should stay on for so long is when the characters grow. Because if not, you lose your audience and people get bored. Like, I wasn't bored 100% watching today's episode, but I found myself doing other stuff. And when I find myself doing stuff, watching something, it's because something ain't right. It's not keeping my attention, you know what I'm saying, the whole time. So, that part for me was a little bit much. So, the episode starts off with Catherine and Jim in the bed together. I'm still pissed off because I'm looking like, why would Catherine sleep with him? Why would Jim sleep with her? Clearly, it was a ploy on Jim's behalf because Catherine got the money. Catherine also was the one who killed Jennifer Salison. So he trying to get back into her good graces. And he all like, Kate, I love you, Kate. Don't you love me, Kate? And she like, no, I don't. And they have this whole conversation in the bed. And he like, he like, so you really gonna divorce me? She was like, yeah, I am. And for me, Tyler Perry in his repetitive conversations, when he said, you love me, and she said no, and then he said, oh, so you really gonna divorce me? And she was like, yeah, that should have been the end of the conversation. Move on to a whole nother scene. But no, Tyler Perry had to have them have the same conversation for like 5 or 10 minutes. I'm looking like, gosh, damn it, Tyler Perry. So he like, you let me make a fool of myself, by coming here and allowing me to sleep with you. And she was like, yeah, and I basically did it so that we could have this moment right here for me to let you know I'm divorcing you. I'm done with you. I don't want to be with you. You have to get out. She was also saying, you never listened to me. I told you about Amanda. I told you about Wyatt. You didn't listen. Now Amanda's dead. Yeah, I should have listened. Well, no, or not because our daughter is dead is what she said. Again, but a repetitive type of conversation. They've already had this conversation before. Having him sleep with her just because he felt desperate enough to go back to her, thinking he can get on her good graces, to me, is demeaning to Catherine. even though Catherine knew what he was doing and she didn't fall for it, and she used what she got to get what she wanted, because y'all know she was trying to get her some sex, because she was trying to see with Mitch. But Mitch was like, you play too much. So, I mean, she used her husband for sex. I guess it ain't nothing wrong with that. But, I mean, I didn't see the point of it. You know what I'm saying? It was pointless to me. They also discussed, Wyatt is out here with all that money doing God knows what with God knows who. Well, first of all, if he got all that money, he ain't doing much of nothing besides probably some cocaine. He ain't out here broke and destitute and sucking dick for crack. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like if he out there with money, he rich, he probably just doing cocaine. But y'all should know that's not what's happening, because y'all know he's in rehab. So why not have some faith in your damn son? What else was they talking about? It was just the conversation to me was repetitive. It was him trying to convince her, I love you, we should be together, you love me, ain't nothing better than me and you. And her saying, boy, bye, boy, please, whatever, I don't love you, I'm tired of you, I've been tired of you, this was the last tryst, and I let you come get some because I wanted some, and that's it. She was even like, when's our anniversary? When's my birthday? When's Wyatt's birthday? So he did know her birthday. He actually said Celine's birthday. And then he did know Wyatt's birthday. He did know their anniversary. But she like, what she said was, you fucked up, right? And he like, what? And she like, you fucked up when you came here trying to seduce me like you were 20. Do you think I was that stupid to fall for that again? We not kids anymore. I'm good on you. I was trying to make love to my wife. Jim. You're not a good actor. You couldn't. I was really over it. And then he's like, well, if you knew I was, if you didn't want to be back with me, why did you let me come here and do this? And she was like, to have this conversation, to let you know, I'm done with you. Get out. When I come back, you better not be here. And if you are here when I come back, or if you ever try to come back again, I will take the gun that I blew Jennifer Salas' head off with, and I'll take it and I'll blow you away just like I blew you today. I'm looking like, okay, you're going to submit to this man that, one, you just killed the dang on DA, two, that you're going to kill him, and not only that you just sucked his dick. My thing is, if you're going to get back with an ex, cool. Even your husband, cool. But you don't get him head. He out here fucking and sucking people. You trying to catch herpes? You know what I'm saying? You can't be out here you can't be out here sucking ex's dicks, okay? It's just not good. Period. So, yeah. She's like, I'm leaving. And when I come back, your ass but not be here. We then see that Eric and David are together at his place. They're walking into his apartment together. And at that moment, she goes like to the bathroom or whatever, and David calls Jeffrey. Just saying how, he found out some things about the case. He know that with the body, for Quincy's body, they found car keys and a bracelet. Now, we know, the viewers, that the bracelet is Benny's, but the car keys are Jeffrey's. So Jeffrey like, well, the car keys is mine, but I don't know who the bracelet belongs to. It ain't mine, and I don't know, David also tells Jeffrey to not answer his mom's calls, to, leave her be, don't be near her. He like, I got this, I'm gonna fix it. And he like, are you gonna, is she gonna die? Are you gonna hurt? What you gonna do to her? And he's like, Jeffrey, I would never hurt your mother. I'm not gonna do that. And he's like, oh, well, you were just saying, that you was gonna handle it, so that's what I thought you was gonna do. And he was like, no, but you need to stay away from her, because even though I might not hurt her, you might hurt her if you have one of your fits of rage, which is true. Jeffrey, then stabs. My shirt got really loose. Jeffrey then stabs her already. He stabbed and killed Quincy. So Jeffrey the murderer. Candace ain't killed nobody besides War, and even then she didn't really kill War. Did Candace kill anybody? No, Candace ain't killed nobody. She's a prostitute, and she blackmail people. She ain't murdered nobody. Jeffrey the real killer. Jeffrey's the killer, okay? So that's who they need to be worried about. So, he just tell him, to stay away from your mom, leave it at that. So they hang up the phone or whatever. He do tell Jeffrey to change rooms or to change hotels so his mom can't find him. His mom can't find him. Next we see Wyatt calls Jeffrey, and Jeffrey like, Wyatt? I'm like, Wyatt, You called him Jeffrey, and Jeffrey, you ain't got caller ID? Like, you said Wyatt as if his name didn't pop up. I mean, what kind of cell phone did y'all have that a person's name don't pop up? I have a Android, a Galaxy 7S Edge. Everybody who called me the name and they number pop up. I'm like, do y'all not have those kind of phones? Like, what alternate reality y'all living in where y'all damn cell phones ain't got caller ID? Anywho, when Jeffrey calls, he did sound very happy, chipper, not high, which is a good thing. He's like, you sound great. You sound like you're in good spirits. And Wyatt is out in the dang on atmosphere and in the world, out with the leaves and the grass and the fresh air of it all. And he's hanging out with Anna, the sober coach lady. And he's asking Jeffrey, do you want to come with us to take some pictures? And Jeffrey like, no, I got a lot going on. I'm good. He does say, what you got going on? He like, nothing, it's just a lot. He like, it better not be that crazy cop guy. He came to my apartment with other cops and he was just looking at me. I think you need to stay away from him because he's crazy. That's all that basically happened. And Jeffrey did not go hang out with them because, of course, his dad told him to just stay where you are, until we get all the stuff situated. So they're like, all right, well, I'll talk to you later. Jeffrey then calls Justin, I'm guessing because Wyatt told him that Justin was basically with the cops when they came to his apartment and he was looking at Wyatt. And he know that's what crazy stalker people do. And he's like, Jeffrey, hi. He's like, hey, are you busy? Like, no. He's like, I need to see you. He's like, I'm on my way. I'm like, okay, be anxious for your boo. You call me, I'm coming, I'm on the way. Ain't no questions. It's the answer. Yes, I'm coming. He like, look, we just gonna talk though. He's like, yeah, I'm on my way. And so we had that whole conversation. Next, Erica comes out the bathroom. Her and David are just talking. She's admiring his apartment, how nice it is. He's still asking her, like, I wish you would tell me the name of your ex who, jumped on you or whatever. I wish you would tell me his name. And she basically like, I don't want to tell you. Let's just stop talking about it. Can I get a drink? They get a drink. And he opened up a little bit about Wyatt. Not Wyatt, his son Jeffrey. Just saying, I got things going on with my son. I need to call him and talk to him. Just things that need to get worked out. I'm happy he did not go into detail with her about anything. He was like, this is a vague, yes, I also have issues. It's with my son. It had nothing to do with my wife, Veronica. And, he then goes into, like, where she gonna stay and stuff like that. And she's like, well, no, if you need to call your son, call him. What would you do if I wasn't here? Just act like I'm not here. And he like, well, if you wasn't here, I would be trying to figure out a way to get you here. I'm like, look at those smooth ass David. Okay, David. And then, she's like, well, where's the bedroom? He's like, it's in the back. It's a 1-bedroom apartment apparently. He's like, I got 1 bedroom and 1 bed, 1 big bed. So basically they having a whole little flirtatious conversation. And he then just says to her, I think you should stay here with me. I'm not used to sleeping alone. I like you. I want to keep you safe. So I think you should stay here with me. And I want to, you to sleep in the bed with me every night that you're here. And she played it coy. She did her job. And she was like, oh, David, let's just take it one day at a time. Let's take it one day at a time. But we know she ain't going nowhere. She hit the goddamn on jackpot. She like, I'm in here like swimwear. And, that's the whole thing. His phone then rings. Like, I have to take this call. And she go back to look around the apartment because she going to be there for a little while. As we know, she going to be the new Mrs. It's Jim calling David. Again, like I say, Jim always calling somebody, telling them what they should do. And he's basically calling David. He's like, look, I just slept with Catherine. I just took one for the team. Hence the title of the episode, Take One for the Team. Well, it's called For the Team, but, take one for the team. And he's like, I took one for the team, sleeping with Catherine, trying to get her back in our good graces. You need to get Veronica back in our good graces too. You know what I'm saying? We have already lost Mama Rose, so we can't lose our legal guru, who was Veronica. So you need to get on top of that and talk to her, sleep with her, woo her, do whatever you have to do to get her back on our team. And David like, I'm not sleeping with Veronica. Like, I'll talk to her, but I'm not sleeping with her. Like, that's not the question. And Jim like, well, I haven't been attracted to Catherine in years, and I slept with her, so, you need to do what you need to do. Take one for the team. And he's like, we can go to jail if Veronica and Catherine aren't on the same page. We all need to meet up and have a conversation. So you need to talk to Veronica. So David gets in and says, okay, I'll talk to her. But I'm not sleeping with her, Jim. I'm not sleeping with Veronica. Jim then saying, well, I've, endured enough trauma for both of us sleeping with Catherine. I'm looking like, that, whatever. So that was a whole conversation. We do see Justin and Jeffrey's conversation, and it was real simple. Justin came to the hotel. Jeffrey tells Justin, you need counseling. You need to talk to someone about your issues. He's like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. And he was like, the stalking, the anger, the, popping up here and there, those things are not good. You really need some counseling. And he's like, oh, is that all? And he's like, yeah, what do you think I was talking about? He was like, I thought you were going to, say you didn't want to see me anymore. And he was like, Justin, there's nothing going on between us like that. And he was like, so are you breaking up with me? I'm like, Justin, it's like, and for me, it's funny because, Justin in real life is the fiance to Tika Sumter, Candace. They're engaged and had a baby and everything. And I'm like, it's just so weird to see that. But, he's like, look, you need to talk to somebody and get yourself figured out because it's just not normal. And he's like, I'm just saying get some help. And then Jeffrey's phone starts ringing. And typical Justin, who was that? Is that him? Who the fuck is him? Why every time his phone rings you think it's him? And which him are you talking about? Are you talking about Landon? You talking about Wyatt? Like, why can't you just say who calling you? Or better yet, why you keep checking that man like he your man? You got a whole wife at home. Come on now, Justin. Calm down, little moccasin. Calm the fuck down. So he was like, no, it's my mother. And he's like, well, you didn't answer a call. He's like, that's okay. She gonna call right back. And lo and behold, she called right back. And this time he didn't answer. Which is dumb because your daddy told you. Your daddy told you. Don't answer your mama phone calls. To stop talking to her. And you do what you want to do, right? You answer your mama damn call. So Veronica like, you're not coming home. He's like, I'm not coming home. And she's like, well, I'm going to court tomorrow. And if you don't come home, I'm not going to help them, get the body dismissed. So you need to come home or that's what I'm going to do. Who you with? You with that boy? And he's like, no. Yes, you is. Put me on speakerphone. So put him on speakerphone. And she was like, hey, dirty rotten. She called him a dirty rotten scandal. Something she said about who he was. And she was like, this is what y'all both know. If Jeffrey doesn't come home tomorrow, when I go to court, I'm not going to get the body thrown out. I'm then going to go to your wife's court, and I'm going to let her know that she has to recuse herself from Jeffrey's case because her husband is sleeping with the possible suspect. And then I'm going to show her the tape of you two in the room together. And he's like, Veronica, you better not. What you gonna do, Gerald? What you gonna do? And Jeffrey's like, she'll do it. And he's like, I'm telling you, you better not. And she was like, well, you heard what I said. Don't threaten me. And it was that whole thing. And, they hang up the phone. And then Justin's like, are you gonna go home? And he was like, no, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but, you need to go home and talk to your wife before she does. He was like, she won't do that. He was like, yes, she will. She will absolutely do that. He was like, I'm telling you, Jeffrey, your mom better not do that. And he was like, I'm telling you, she will do that. And, she will. And that whole scene ends. There was a little small scene with Charles. We see that he's on the campaign trail. His numbers are doing well. Him and Landon then have a private conversation where Landon apologizes to Charles, about calling the police on Candace, not listening to Charles when he said, I want you to help Candace for second guessing him and also not abiding his wishes. And Charles is like, because every time Landon says, I'm sorry for, what I did. He's like, and what does that mean? What did you do? Oh, for, not listening to you. And what else? Oh, and for not helping Candace. And what else? I'm like, okay, go ahead, Charles. Make him say every single thing that he did wrong so that he know that he can't get nothing over on you. And then Landon then shows him, he like Googles Candace's name. And he's like, see, I fixed it. When you Google her name, none of that other stuff comes up anymore. All of that stuff is gone. And he's like, okay, good. And then he's like, do you need anything else? He was like, no, but you can give me some space so I can call Candace. He does call Candace. And she's like, what do you want? So she's a bit agitated, but rightfully so. She's going to be going to the funeral home. And he's like, well, no, I'm just calling to check on you. You know, how are you doing? And she's like, I'm about to go to a funeral, so how do you think I'm about to go to a funeral home. How do you think I'm doing? He's like, I know, she's, I'm just calling to check on you. She's like, I know, you're just being nice. She's like, I'm just, I'm doing how I'm doing. And he then said, I'm worried about you. I just want to know how you are. That's why I was calling to check on you. And she's like, well, I'm about to go to the funeral home, so I have to go. And he's like, well, can you call me later? And she's like, I don't know, maybe. And he's like, well, I'll be free, like 11 p.m. your time, so just I'll wait for your call. I'm like, okay. Candace now has him a little bit on her tail. Like, he's more chasing her, even though he tried to make it seem as if she would have to be pursuing him. We see that he really does like her. And I'm like, okay, cool, fine, and dandy. The last scene. So I didn't take many notes because so much was happening. I was watching it. The ending part was really the best part, honestly. If Tyler Perry would have made the whole episode as good and as intense with dialogue as the ending scene, even though it was lots of repetitiveness, there was also progression. So, Hannah and Benny get to the funeral home, and they are there to view Q's body. And Hannah's like, no, first let's just talk, let's talk first. And they're discussing which casket. Hannah wants to pick this white casket that she picked before, even though Catherine made it was a prettier blue casket that was a little bit more expensive. But she was like, no, I don't want that one. They're discussing the program. They're then discussing should it be an open or a closed casket and see what's shot in the head. And Benny's like, maybe the casket should be closed. And she was like, no, it should be open. Let's let people see what the monsters did to the baby. Let's let them see what gun violence really does. And they're like, okay. And after having that conversation, Candace walks in, and the mood changes all over the place. And as she walks in, Benny tells the funeral director, this is Candace, my sister. This is his mother. Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss or whatever. So as they're talking to Candace, Hannah is over there just stewing in her anger. Like she's pacing. She's just the presence of Candace just makes her blood boil. She is all over her face, all in her demeanor, all in her stance. She hates her daughter, and her daughter hates her. That's clear. However, they're talking, and I'm looking at the few notes that I have. When they talk about the casket, Benny that's the casket that we picked, And she's like, who picked that casket? I like the blue casket. And he's like, well, Mommy already picked the white casket. And she was like, I'm his mother. I like the blue one. We're going to pick the blue one. And then, they going back and forth about the casket, where Hannah's saying, can you afford the casket? And Candace like, can you? Because truth be told, neither one of them got any money. So y'all over here arguing over a casket that neither one of y'all can fight for, that can pay for. So Candace still saying, I'm his mother. I like the blue casket. I don't like that white casket. We're going to pick this casket. And the guy's like, well, the funeral's tomorrow, and the casket is however much money, and we need money, today. And she's like, okay, I'll get it to you. And they're going back and forth. Candace then tells the funeral director to go because he's like, maybe I can get a discount on it. And she's like, go make whatever calls you need to make and see what you can do and come back and talk to us. So while he's gone, they go at it. Candace like, you the reason he dead. I don't care. No, because Benny kept saying to Candace, Mommy picked the casket. Mama picked that. Mama. And my thing is, Benny, shut the fuck up. Solely because at the end of the day, Candace carried that boy. Was Candace a bad mother? Absolutely. Did Candace love her son? In her own way, she did. And Hannah trying to take over the burial for Q when they all suffering from the loss ain't gonna make it no better. You know what I'm saying? Making Candace feel less than about her son who's dead ain't gonna make it no better. And my thing is Benny trying to say to Candace, mama picked this, let her have it. It's not fair to Candace. Cause still, that's still her child. And it ain't gonna make it no better when you know these two people are at odds. At some point, someone needs to be the mature one and be like, we all need to come together, period. Why can't we compromise? But no, not these people. So being like, mommy picked this, blah, 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 blah. Kim's like, I don't care what she picked. You know, he my son. I don't care. You know, you went in the bathroom with him. You came out without a scratch on you. You know, it's your fault he's there. You know, how? You did this, you know, you did this to spite me. You did this to just get even with me. You know, you wanted to hurt me. So she's now blaming Hannah, saying Hannah in some way let Q get killed to hurt Candace, saying you went in that bathroom with him and you keep saying that you covered him with your body, but he got shot in the head. How is that possible? And that you didn't have not one scratch on you. I said to myself once or twice when the episode happened, how did he get so shot up if she did have him? My thing is, and I hate to say this kind of stuff, but you know, the way he was shot, it could be a bullet ricochet. Is what I'm gonna say. Maybe it was a bullet that ricocheted. However, when she brought him out the bathroom and he was so bloody and she had no wounds, I asked myself, well, damn, did he stand up while she was crouched down? Like, did she duck and he didn't duck? Did she say, Q, get down? And Q didn't get down? Like, I kept wondering myself, well, damn, how did he get shot and she didn't get not one bullet? All them bullets that was going around, Miss didn't get shot, Benny didn't get shot, and Hannah didn't get shot. I kept saying that myself, me personally. But however, I still don't think Hannah would purposely let that boy get shot. I think this is what Tyler Perry came up with. I think Hannah should have also gotten shot. Just to make it more believable that she also got shot. They both got shot and he died. But having Hannah kind of not get any bullet wounds when he was shot and killed, to me, was a little bit different too. I digress. But yeah. So, as she's saying that, Benny like, Candace, don't do this. Hannah looks horrified, like, what? No one's, Candace is going, you did this. You did it on purpose to hurt me. You tried to, you know, to get even with me. And Benny like, you know, she's done more for him than you've ever done. You know, I saw with my own eyes. You know, I'm sick of your bullshit. And she like, because, you know, Benny and Candace don't argue like that. So, you know, War came looking for you. That's why he got shot. You know, he tried to kill us because of you. You know, mommy is right. It's always the same thing, but you always full of shit, is what he was basically saying. He like, I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you and your, you know, all the shit you put us through. You be lying. You be doing dumb stuff. And then she's like, and now I'm sick of you. And I'm like, okay, Candace, you really yelling at your brother like that. Okay, calm down. But she was mad. You would call me all the time. I'm sick of taking care of you. I'm sick of taking care of you. You would call me, complaining, asking for money. You would call me, telling me about your dreams and how much this stuff would cost and all this stuff. You would call me about all this stuff you needed, and I kept coming through you. I was helping take care of you. And he was like, you my sister. Who else I want to talk to? You know, I was telling you my dreams. I figured, you know, who else I would tell my dreams to? You were the only one I had that would listen to me. I get that. You do call your siblings and tell them your dreams. It does not mean that you're asking them for money. She said, so you thought I was asking for money? She was like, yes. You would always call me about money. He was like, man, whatever. I never told you to go. I didn't tell you to go sell your ass to make my dream come true. And I was like, well, that is true. You know, that is absolutely true. And they were just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with each other. And the man come back in. And he like, I can't get a deal on the casket. The casket gonna be what's gonna be. But we need the money before tomorrow. She was like, well, why do you keep saying tomorrow? She's like, well, because the funeral was tomorrow. Who picked the funeral to be that day? Your mother. She was like, the funeral will not be tomorrow. It will be the blue casket. You know, I don't care what anyone says. And then the guy like, well, you know, Catherine Cryer said, she's like, that's who's paying for the funeral? That's who's doing it? And she's like, she won't be paying for my funeral. I'll have the money. How you gonna get it? And then her mom said, that presidential guy. Benny, that's why you was locked up with the national security stuff. That's why on his press conference he said that he knew the family personally. She blackmailing him, and that's how she gonna get the money. So you rather sell your ass to bury your son? And she was like, and you rather get the crumbs off the floor of white people to bury him? And I was like, really? And she was like I said, the funeral won't be tomorrow. It'll be Thursday. He my son. Don't ask my mama nothing else about my child. She ripped up the programs. It's like, nope, not gonna have it. She threw him away. And she was like, he won't be in this white casket. I want my son to be buried in this blue casket. She's kind of breaking down. And she's like, not this janky ass white casket. And she go to flip the casket up. It opens up and cue dead body in there. Of course, he done up in a suit or whatever. You can see the bullet hole. Oh my God! And she has a hole because this is her first time. It's the first time any of them has seen him done up, but the first time she's seen him dead. You know, they held him when he was dying. Candace is against the wall. She's like, oh, okay, you know, she's breaking down. Benny trying to grab her. She's like, don't touch me. Oh my God! And she's just breaking down. Now that's was a good scene. You know, having her be surprised to see her dead son. Because while she pissing a fit and y'all arguing and fussing and fighting, y'all doing all of this over his body. And being like, Ken, we was here to view the body. We so, you know, and she like, and the funeral director like, oh, I'm so sorry. You know, I didn't expect this to happen. Because again, you there to view a body. But Candace didn't know that. And so when she opened it up, she wasn't expecting to see her son's body in the casket. And she was, oh my God, she was on the wall, sliding down the wall, just crying, just, oh my God, oh my God. And it was a strong, powerful scene. The whole thing was, you know, her and Benny arguing. You know, her and her mom having it out. You know, her just saying, you know, when Candace like, you gonna sell your ass or you gonna be blackmailing people to get the money to pay for the thing. And she's like, yeah, but you gonna be, you know, yes, massa, you know, getting the stuff from them white folk, you know what I'm saying, old Miss Hannah. And I'm looking like she really, I mean, they went in on each other. And that's how the episode went off. Cannot wait to see the season finale next week. Like I said, the last 10-15 minutes of this episode, which was the whole Hannah, Benny, Candace scene, is what I think people have been waiting for this whole season. The whole season. And it was worth it. I do wish it could have been more dialogue between them, getting things figured out. Because again, all the other stuff, I was like, I don't care much. But the next episode, it looks good. Let's hope they didn't, you know, piece together all the best pieces of it. And then the whole episode will be boring. So let's pray and hope that's not what's going to happen. So I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. That is our review for the have and the have-nots. I hope to see you guys next week for the finale. What else? Is that all I have to say about the episode? I think that's everything about the episode that I wanted to go over. So yeah, peace.